Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Mooncake Festival is around the corner. To celebrate this festival, I have a mooncake recipe which balances the rich filling with the taste of refreshing green tea. Come along with me to see how this green tea flaky spiral mooncake is made. Here I have 16 salted duck eggs, still caked in black mud. I prefer to use this variety of duck egg yolks as they are bigger, rounder and more waxy. So you can get this from the supermarket or online. It looks something like this. Alternatively, you might want to use this variety that is all prepared already. It is called the raw salted egg yolk. So it's not cooked yet. So in order to get it ready, we need to steam it for 15 minutes before using them. So this variety is a little bit more like a disc shape rather than round. So I prefer the other one. Okay, so for the other one, we need to get rid of the black mud here by washing them. Okay, so then we need to put them in a pot of water, cold water first. Put all of them in and then bring the cold water to boil over medium-low heat. And once it's boiling, continue to boil it for 8 more minutes. So then after that, our duck eggs are cooked. So take it out and then we need to separate the egg white from the egg yolks. So slowly peel the shell, the egg whites. Take the egg whites away as well, thus revealing the egg yolk. There is a little membrane covering the egg yolk, so we will want to remove that membrane as well. There you go, beautiful round salted duck egg yolk. So as for the melon seeds, we have 20 grams of them here. We need to toast them in a toaster at 180 degrees Celsius for 2 minutes. Okay, and put this aside. For the paste, I bought this from our local baking supply shop. You can get it online as well. It's green tea lotus paste. I chose the low sugar variety. We need 600 grams of it. So the next step is to incorporate the melon seeds into our paste. So I normally like to put it in a plastic bag, a Ziploc bag like that, and pour in the melon seeds. Then slowly press and squish it, and eventually the melon seeds will be incorporated evenly within the paste. So just press and fold, press and fold. So it's nicely, evenly spread out now. So then we need to divide our paste into 16 equal portions, around about 38 grams per portion. Then roll it into spheres. So each one, just roll it nicely into a sphere. There you go, it's something like this. Yeah, do the same for all the others. Then make a well. Press with your thumb and then make a well at the center. Yeah, so large enough for us to insert our egg yolk. Try to make the egg yolk centered, yeah, so then it looks very pretty. So then we will gently bring the edges together to seal. Then roll it into a sphere. Do the same for all the others until you reach the last sphere. Now let's have a look at our dough. There are 2 types, water dough and oil dough. For the water dough, we need 200 grams of all-purpose flour and 20 grams of icing sugar. Then mix these 2 dry ingredients together thoroughly first. Then add in 70 grams of all vegetable shortening. You can also use ghee. So just cut the shortening into our flour and mix it until it forms crumbs, like breadcrumbs, yeah, beady breadcrumbs, something like this. So once you have reached this stage, then you can add in the water, 90 milliliters of water. So our plan is to mix these ingredients together, and then we want to form a dough ball. So I'm going to go in with my hand to stick all the all these clumps and crumbs together to form a dough ball. You need not knead it for a long time, just to get all these together to form a smooth dough ball. And once our bowl is clean like this, our dough ball is ready. Okay, so it looks something like this. So to prevent it from drying out, we need to wrap it with cling wrap, and then we'll rest it for 15 minutes. So let's put this aside. Now we make our oil dough. For the oil dough, we need 200 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of green tea powder. This one, I also bought it from our local baking supply shop. You can also buy it online. So then mix these two ingredients together before we add in our all-vegetable shortening. I use 100 grams of it. So cut the shortening into the flour and mix them together until it forms breadcrumbs. Something like this. So once you reach this stage, we will want to go in and press all these crumbs together to form a ball. So no water is added at this stage. So just press them together, yeah. So pick up any leftover crumbs and then stick them to the dough ball. So eventually, your bowl will be nice and clean, and then we get a nice oil dough ball. Okay, something like this. So again, to prevent it from drying out, we can wrap it with cling wrap, and then we put this aside. All right. Okay, so while we are waiting for the, or rather the water dough has been resting for 15 minutes. So we are ready to divide them into equal portions. So before we do that, we'll just roll it into a cylinder of uniform cross-sectional area. Then divide it into 16 or rather 8 equal parts. Each part is 45 grams. So take each part and roll it into a sphere. Do the same for all until you reach the last sphere. Okay, so this is our oil dough. As for the, just now was the water dough. So as the oil, for the oil dough, we will do the same thing. We also need to press it into a uniform log. And then divide this log into 8 equal parts. Each part weighs around 35 grams. So take one part and press it into a sphere. Do the same for all the others until you reach the last sphere. Then take the first water dough and then press it into a disc big enough to insert the oil dough. So and then take the corresponding first oil dough and wrap the oil dough with the water dough. So push the edges together and seal. Where possible, you try to cover all this dough with a wet piece or rather damp piece of cloth, to prevent it from cracking afterwards. Okay, do the same for all these corresponding balls until you reach the last ball. Then take the first dough ball and then gently press it into a disc. So also gently use your rolling pin to massage it, to lengthen and to broaden it. Try not to roll it immediately because I realized that when you do that, the water dough will break. So after a while, it gets more easy to expand our dough. So then from center roll down, center roll up. Then from the longitudinal side, fold into a cylinder. Then again, gently massage it. And gently roll from center down and center up. So eventually you get a very long tongue. Then we are going to roll it into a short cylinder. So you do the same for all the others until you reach the last cylinder. Okay, then take the first cylinder from our 8 cylinders, the first one that we have made, and then divide it into 2 equal parts. Then can you see the beautiful spirals, like the Saturn rings around, or rather Jupiter rings. So then face the cut part up and then gently press it down to form a disc. So with the spiral, the cut side down, expand our dough until it's roughly about, I would say, 5 inches in diameter. You can see the beautiful rings. Beautiful. And then put our filling inside at the center. Try to centralize it so that the starting of the spiral is right at the center of our, of our mooncake. Then press the edges together and seal. Okay, then try to shape it so that it forms a nice even dome. Place it in a baking tray lined with baking paper. Do the same until you reach the last dough, until the last mooncake. Then bake it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes later, we turn our tray around to ensure even cooking. And once we've done that, we are going to bake it for a further 15 minutes at the same temperature, 180 degrees Celsius. So after 30 minutes of baking, here we are. Our green tea spiral mooncakes are ready. You can see the beautiful spiral flaky crust formed by the 2 different doughs. These mooncakes are best enjoyed when they are at room temperature. Let's have a look and cut into one of them. Wow! The rich and decadent egg yolk represents the roundest and brightest moon of the year. The Mooncake Festival or Mid-Autumn Festival is a time for families to bond, enjoy round mooncakes that symbolize togetherness and express love and best wishes to relatives and friends. Do give this recipe a try. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy cooking!